Let's go on. I'll just welcome. God bless you. Thank you. We have a consolation, in the heavens that can never ever be moved. Okay? Our consolation is from above. Seek that consolation that is above, not that which is beneath. Okay, I can just probably kind of rewrite what John wrote in his letters. He says, love not this world or the things that are in this world. Okay, because if anybody loves this world, he does not love the things of the Father. Okay, all that is in this world is produced from the lust of the flesh, which is the lust of the deadened carnal minds of men. Okay, and this produces pride and all and all the confusion we see around us. Love not this system. Okay, if you're either you are married to this system or you're married to that system which is above, which is of God. We must begin to discern the things of the Father. The things of the Father are not the things of men. That's why Jesus says, when the Spirit is come, okay, He will give to you what is mine, and what is mine is of the Father's. Okay, now the Father gives us things that pertain to His world, which is the realm of the Spirit. Okay, and it's actually a dimension, okay, that is out of time and space, an inheritance in an infinite dimension, and that is where we should dwell. That is where we should live, and that is the reality that we actually stay in eternally. We came out of it and we actually return to it. Okay, so we should not kind of be put our trust in uncertain things that are below, because the things that you see are all temporary. Look around you, look at your friends, your companions. Okay, look around you. All these things are temporal. They are not real. Okay, they are not God things. Okay, they are not things of God. These are just things that are temporal and pass away. They are momentarily. So, but there's something that is real and eternal that cannot pass away. And we are actually hooked onto that. We actually dwell in that. Okay? This is our inheritance forever. Okay, we're supposed to dwell in that state or in that consciousness. Live in that consciousness. Even though we walk around in this world, doing things in this world. You see, we can just have a presence in this world, but not be in this world or of this world. Okay? So this is, Jesus prayed, okay, it's mystical prayer. It says, I don't pray that you take them out of this world. I don't pray that you take them away. But I pray that you keep them in consciousness. Keep them in me. Okay? So this is what counts, and this is what our labor should be always, to always dwell by faith in this consciousness. This consciousness we know it is just one consciousness reality. Every other consciousness is as a result of a dream. Okay, the human existence and the human life is like a dream. Okay, you dream to be Elder Isaac, you dream to be Sister Pat, you dream to be Trevor, you dream to be Collins, you dream to be Bosse, you dream to be something, in this world, but that is not you. You're only actually dreaming or imagining yourself to be a human being or something that is terrestrial. See, but when you wake up, you will understand that there's only one body, one spirit, okay? One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, one Father, who is above all, through all, and in you all. There's only one in the creation. Okay, and that is the consciousness we are called to live in. It says, if I be lifted up from the earth. Now, to be lifted up from the earth means to be lifted out of the dust realm, out of your deep slumber in the dust. Because men have made their beds in the dust, You see, men are sleeping in their graves. Now, when you go to the physical grave, you see the way they arrange the graves. It's like if they put the person in the sleeping position. You see it? And that is how it is in real. That is what you are seeing there is actually a proverb. Okay, men are actually sleeping in their graves. They're in the ground, and he says you have to be lifted up. If I be lifted up from the earth, from the realm of the grave, from the realm of the dead, if I be lifted out of that dream state, I'll draw men unto me. The me is the I, is the consciousness that we speak about, which is the Lord, your great reward. The Lord, my life. Okay, that is the goal for every man who can hear the truth. Okay, so he goes back to say, let not your heart be troubled, don't be worried, don't be disturbed, don't be perplexed. Okay, don't be filled with fear. Don't panic. Okay, believe in God. Okay, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go, I prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, you will also be. That's where you will also be. Okay? And where I go, the way you know. Okay? I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except by me. Now, the Father's house is consciousness. Is the highest consciousness. That is the consciousness of God. That is the knowledge, the awareness that every child arises into. Okay, and that is the way everybody is gathered into. It's a new awakening, a consciousness of the ages to come, of the worlds to come, where all live in the name of the Lord. And it is right now. Okay, you can now begin to walk in this reality. If you can hear this message, what you are hearing actually is a call. Okay, there's a gathering right now. You are being gathered consciously into this one consciousness. Okay, and when it says many mansions, it just means that everybody has a place. You have a place in God. You have a place in that consciousness. Okay, it's not a matter of the dreams we had of going to live in gold mansions. Okay, if people still think of natural inheritance, something that is physical as a kind of inheritance, you've not still understood that you are in a dream state. You believe in the physical because you are in a dream state. Reality, there's nothing like the physical, it's just the spiritual. The physical is only there to reflect the spiritual. And you must always see it in this light. So everybody has a place in God. Everybody has a place in that high consciousness. Everybody. Now, there's no exception. Okay? You just have to get to understand the meaning of I am the way, the truth, and the life. You must recognize that I, which is the very wonderful self that is within me. Okay, you cannot go into this higher consciousness except you realize yourself to be the Son. Okay, except you realize yourself, okay, to be the one that has been from the beginning. Okay, you cannot ascend into the Father except you know that I came out of the Father. Okay, the Son is the one who knows the Father. And nobody knows the Father except the Son. And nobody knows the Son except the Father. It's all self-awareness. Okay, so when understanding comes, okay, he says he sends his angels to gather them from the lower parts of the earth. Okay, he gathers them from the lower parts of the earth, from the depths, from the abyss, and he gathers them unto himself. See, which is the uttermost parts of the heavens in one consciousness. Okay, the angels sound the trumpets, they gather. Now, the angels sounding the trumpet is just speaking about the message of the Spirit. It's speaking about the voice of the Spirit. Comprehension comes because the angels will only announce what they hear from the Father mind, from the consciousness of the Father. They reveal it to humanity, of course, and these things don't have to be physical manifestations out there. It's how you begin to suddenly perceive and hear the truth, and spontaneously you are lifted out of this sense, that human sense, that material human sense, that sense that that you are just a man born of a woman. You are lifted out of that sensation as you begin to hear the truth. Okay, and you are gathered from the lower parts of the earth back into that consciousness of the Father. Okay, so no one comes to the Father except by me. I am the door, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Okay, so you see, we are all called to realize this now for ourselves. Now it's already there. It's already that thing we speak about now is already present, it's already real. See, but you just like waking up in the morning, and at times things look misty initially, isn't it? Mm-hmm. At times you might have to gradually get up and gradually, reaccustomize yourself with your environment. You wake up and gradually begin to recollect things. You might have to take a shower. You might have to freshen up yourself, and suddenly you now become really awake. So that's how it is also in the awakening. Okay, you grow in bitterness, but that which is already. Very important, because this consciousness is our inheritance forever. It is something, that can cause a man to enjoy the calmness, the stillness, the peace. Okay? When it says, be not troubled, don't let your heart be troubled. Be still and know. Be still and know. Do not be troubled. My peace I give to you. Because apparently all that there is in this world is just, problems. From the day a man is born in this world to the very last day, it's just turbulence, isn't it? The waves keep, rowing. The waves never get still. Okay, you're at home, you just probably want to sit down and feel okay, and then the bell rings, your postmaster rings the bell. A new bill comes. Okay, you want to rest, and suddenly, somebody gives you a phone call and gives you something that you don't want to hear. Something happens, somebody does this to you, something does that there, and things are, it's always turbulent from the day a man is born, to the day he leaves this physical world, okay? But this can change, okay? The seas can be calm, that is, you can experience peace only in an ascension into this consciousness that we speak of today, which is the Father's house. Now, we've always said that the Father's house is just consciousness that every man attains to, is the highest state. Okay? And in the book of Revelations, when John receives the messenger says, well, come up, John, come up high, let me take you up into the spirit, and I'm going to show you things to come. Okay, there's a door in heaven, and he passes through that door, and he enters into heaven, and he now sees the one who dwells in that place we call heaven. And the one who sits there, okay, the one who sits there is actually, how do I put it? He has a glass sea before him. He's seated still, glorious, seated on the throne, and there was a sea of glass before him, which speaks of a perfect stillness. Perfect stillness. No turbulence. Crystal clear sea, calm before him. And he sits on that throne. And the angel had actually told John, I'm here to show you things to come. Now that is the thing to come, whether you like it or not. This is your inheritance forever. Okay, this is actually your inheritance forever, to sit on that throne. Jesus says, okay, when the Spirit of truth is come, okay, he will show you things to come. He will teach you things to come. And that thing which is to come is you seated or living in the Father consciousness, which is the Almighty God. And he sits there and, he rules and reigns in life, abundance. Nothing can shake him. Okay, this is the consciousness that Jesus is displaying. When he now comes up, he walks on the sea. Okay, while that boat is, that turbulent sea is rocking the boats of the disciples, Jesus suddenly walks. In fact, and the account of Mark says he was about to walk past them. Okay, he was about to walk past the boat, and they saw him, and they were all scared and said it was a ghost. It was a ghost. And you know what Jesus told them? Do not fear, it is I. Take heart. It is I, do not be afraid. Do not fear, it is I. Okay, that is the consciousness. That I that spoke out of Jesus is the one that sits on the throne. Okay, that is the Father consciousness. That is the consciousness that every man is called to gather into. Okay, now before Jesus walked that sea, he had actually departed to a mountain to pray. You see, it was in that high consciousness that he walked upon the sea. Okay, all that is a parable to reveal to us that in that consciousness there is no more sea. Okay, in fact, the last chapters of the book of Revelation says, in the new heavens and in the new earth, there is no more sea. All things are passed away. That now no more sea means no more turbulence, no more darkness, no more abyss. Everything is in the light now. Okay? No more sea, no more darkness, no more turbulence. Okay, that's the consciousness that you walk in the I that I am, which is the Father consciousness. Is the highest consciousness every man is called to walk in today. Someone say, but brother, this is a good talk here and I love it, but how do I get there? First of all, know yourself. Get married to your true identity, which has been before time. Get married once more to your true self and walk in your true identity, which is actually a pure spiritual state. Okay, that is all you need to do. Walk in that reality. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one ascends into this consciousness but by me. Okay, you cannot actually keep your human state, your human sense of life, your human identity, and expect to have the Father. It will mean that you have to divorce yourself from your human self, or rather the things, everything you've ever acquired onto your human self. Let it go to rediscover yourself completely. The entanglements of this world, the beliefs, traditions of men, these things have come to wrap a man and tie him to mortality. But the hour comes when you hear this voice and you begin to leave all things for my name's sake. All things that I may inherit the Father. Okay, all things that I might be where he is. The one that says it is I. Okay, in this consciousness there is peace forever. Okay, now in this consciousness you don't have the coronavirus. Okay, in this consciousness, okay, nobody dies. In this consciousness, nobody ever died. In this consciousness, God is all in all. Alright, so this is the word for this hour, brethren. Let us walk in this reality today. The Lord keep you. Thanks.
Man.